What's up, everybody? How are you, Hawaiians? Near, far, and everywhere in between, across the oceans, across the lands, wherever you are. What's up, Hawaiians? Welcome back to another podcast episode. My name is Kalei 2K. I'm your host, your designated talker, I guess you could say. There's really nobody else here on my podcast. It's just me, you, this Kanaka Maoli flag back here, and this microphone. You know, we just have this moment where I can share my thoughts. I love doing this podcast. Like I said before, if it wasn't for my wife, this would not be here today. So thank you, babe. Love you so much. Thank you for pushing me to do this. But yes, I don't have any guests. This is my podcast. This is my personal therapy, my way of staying busy and releasing some of the stress off of my body. So it does help a lot. But anyways, if this is your first time coming to my podcast, thank you. If you're listening to me on Spotify, thank you. I appreciate it. Love all the support that you guys have given me. I hope you guys will stick around and answer some questions. You know, I try to interact with you guys as much as I can on all my social media platforms. Just search me up, Kalei2K, and pull up my media, my social media, especially on Instagram. I like putting questions out there so you guys can respond to it, and you know, we can keep in touch. I definitely want to have you guys part of my podcast as well. So anyways, I've got a couple more episodes before I totally cut this whole portion out about my format. But for those of you who are just tuning in now, here's my format, okay? Plain and simple. I have 3 easy segments that I go through, nothing complicated. We start off with what I call the mana'o moment. I just talk about my week, share stories, whatever it may be. Next is It's News to Me, some current news, some news that I just feel is stuff that intrigues me that I want to share. And then lastly, I hit you with my thought bucket. Basically, random thoughts that I have, okay? So, and this is my water jug. Got to keep hydrated. So, without further ado, let's get right to it. All right. Whew, feeling good today. So, let's start off with my mana'o moment. And my mana'o moment starts like this. Speaking of water, when was the last time any of you wet the bed? Anybody? Raise your hands. Anybody want to tell me? Probably when you were a teenager, you know, having that wet dream. I'm not sure how females do it, if they ever get wet dreams, but as far as I know, I had them when I was a teenager. I had them when I was going through puberty and whatnot. When was the last time, you might ask me, that I wet the bed? This week. Actually a few nights ago. And that's because I wasn't paying attention, okay? So we're sitting in bed. I believe we're watching the movie, the Netflix movie called Home Team. And I'm sitting down. My wife and I are watching it. I'm like, oh, we have our popcorn. We have our drinks. I'm like, oh, man, this is going to be a great movie. All of a sudden, I'm like, the hell? The hell is going on? My nuts are cold. So I'm like, my balls are shriveling up. My nuts are cold. What the hell is going on? I feel down between my legs, and this water jug is literally pouring out like all over the bed, up my butt crack, and like making my balls just go suck in and itch a little bit. So I tell my wife, babe, grab that towel quick. So she grabs me a towel, throws it down, like, God damn it. So I don't stop wetting the bed. That's just what happens, I guess, in my life. But yes, that's what happened this week. I figure I start off with that, make things a little bit lighter. That's what this whole podcast is about, right? All right. So we got that, laughed about it, and those are the best moments. Okay, when our kids are KO'd, they're knocked out, they're Eddie Gordo'd, kicked to the head, and they're knocked out. They're sleeping, is what I'm trying to say. We have these moments where we can just be me and my wife, and we laugh, we talk, we share stories right before we go to bed. And sometimes those are the best moments for random comedic incidences that take place. And if you guys have ever experienced that, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, speaking about the movie Home Team on Netflix, I wanted to talk a little bit about it. I thought it was a great movie. Like, not super great. Of course, it was different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like they were trying to put some comedy in there. Of course, they have comedic actors, but for the most part, I love the fact that Kevin James played a different character, like played a more dramatic role, a more father figure type of role. Of course, he was in Grown Ups. That's something different, but that was like comedy. That was trying to be funny, which was a good movie too. Grown Ups and Grown Ups 2 was hilarious. I loved it. But the fact that he comes down, and this is, a true story or based on a true story or whatever, the fact that he comes to his kid's hometown, wants to participate in his kid's life and play, and be a coach and help him out. I thought it was great. The acting from Kevin James maybe could have gotten a little bit better, but I saw the fact that he was trying to step away from being so comedic and be this dramatic person doing a reenactment of what actually took place. I don't know if Kevin James is a big football fan, but it seems like he knew what he was talking about. So maybe he was a big football fan. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that's right. He did do Kings of Queens. He was talking about sports in there. So yeah. So anyways, the brother of, the Coach Mitch, I think it was his name. He's hilarious. He played a funny character. I love the fact that Taylor Lautner was in here. Now, I read about him because I was wondering, like, okay, what is going on with this dude? Like, this dude was ripped, came out of Twilight. He was Shark Boy. My girls love Shark Boy and Lava Girl, not Lava Gay, Lava Girl, excuse me. That was a mess up, okay? My mouth was dry. They love Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Twilight, all these other movies that he's participated in, Grown Ups too. So I really like the fact that Taylor Lautner wasn't playing the guy who has to take his shirt off. He wasn't. Oh, and of course he was in the not Hateful Eight, something 6. It was a Western movie. But anyways, I'm glad that they didn't make him take his shirt off or play this buff, teenage kid, this young guy trying to pick up chicks and stuff, because it expands him as an actor too. Yes, he's in martial arts. Yes, of course, everybody's seen his body. Everybody's seen, what he can do, how he can perform. But the fact that he had to play a coach who was trying his best, didn't really know what the hell he was doing. I liked it because like I said, it branched his acting. It made him, step out of his boundaries a little bit, become better. So yeah, I like the movie overall. The story, of course, is awesome. When at the end, in my opinion, when the boy said, when his son was having issues with the dad, like trying to go back to the NFL and become a coach again and all this stuff, like, I understand that that's the lifestyle he wanted, maybe for himself, and wanted to provide his son with, much more than he grew up with, whatever it may be. But for me, if my whole thing was, oh, I'm here for you, son. I want to spend more time with you. I want to, this and that. Yeah, he can come out during the summers, but at the same time, I would love to coach younger kids. With all that NFL knowledge, coaching younger kids and teaching them, like getting them ready, if this is the career they want to be on. Like, I was telling my wife this, like, I've had some coaches, but not a lot, that have gone with me, through the sports time, like from when I was small. So like when I started T-ball all the way till I reached Broncos, I had pretty much had the same coaches during that time. So they saw me grow. They grew with us. Of course, their kids were on the team. But I told her there's nothing more special than, well, there are some other things special, but the special thing about being a coach is having the ability to watch them grow and go alongside them throughout their careers and see them expand from peewees, whatever it may go, from peewees all the way up until they get into college, like high school and college. Like, them in and out, their triggers, their likes, their dislikes, their family. You have a root with them. They respect you more. You're like their uncle, you're like their family member because you're there all the time. So I would love to have that opportunity. I would love to be part of that experience, to raise my kids in a sport, watch them grow, be by their side, let their friends know, hey, you can count on me too. But I'm going to push you guys. If this is what you guys want, I will push you guys to be the best. And that bond, that unity that you have, you can't find it anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like, you can go to another sport and something, you'll still come back to what you were grounded with. And that's this unit that you built from when you were a kid. So when it comes down to, Sean, I think his name was Sean Payton. Of course, they showed him at the end as the custodian. That was pretty funny. But I always thought, man, if you really wanted to spend time with your kid, you could get hired at any of the high schools that, any of the schools that are there. Yeah, you might not be making millions, but you would still be closer to your kids. You could literally raise your kid in the football lifestyle if that's what you wanted to do, if that's what your son wanted to do too. But I understand, that's their lifestyle. They can choose whatever which way. That's not how I would do it. I would totally want to be around my kids and be like, okay, I'm going to forego my NFL career, maybe for another season or two, stay here with you guys, and if I can get money to provide a stable lifestyle for my son, then I'll be here. That's what I'm going to do. Of course, he said, oh, why don't you come over every summer? We'll go to camps, we'll go visit other people, this and that, and we'll just have a ball. It'll just be us. But there's a whole thing to parenting. Put your job on the side. Focus on your kids. Like when I come home, of course, my job doesn't really come home with me, but when I come home, I put that stuff on the side, put my phone down, spend time with my kids, and then when, spend an hour or two with my kids, and then when that's up, okay, now I can get back to work. I got other things like this social media thing I'm doing here, podcasting, my music, all these other things. These are extras. Or when my kids are asleep like they are right now, this is when I have the time to do that. That way I'm not drawing time away from my family. I put all this stuff to the side, take care of editing and all that other extra work later. So for us parents out there, this is a message. Don't let work take over your life. Your kids need you more. Okay? Your kids. Because for me, I wouldn't want my kids to resent me saying, oh, he was never there for me. He always was working or he was always doing this. I don't want that. I've always had this dream that I could work 4 hours a day for the rest of my life and provide more for my kids than I ever had. If I can achieve that goal, which means 4 hours a day, I work, stay home, I work 20 hours a week, stay home with my family, and provide for them everything that they needed, plus. Okay, that would be the ultimate life for me because I know I'm putting in the work, doing something I love to do, but at the same time, I love my family over my work. I love my family over my own passions. That's what I want my life to be like, okay? So sorry, we talked about that. As a production, though, I love the fact that Adam Sandler did this. He always hires his friends. Of course, you've seen a ton of Adam Sandler movies. There's always Kevin James, David Spade, Chris Rock, Shaq shows up every once in a while. Taylor Lautner seems to be part of the loop now too. Rob Schneider, you can't forget Uncle Ula, okay? You cannot forget Uncle Ula. And FYI, this is what me and my wife are thinking, okay? Adam Sandler, if you ever get a hold of this podcast, if you ever get a hold of this idea, if you are able to connect this specific segment on my show, on my podcast, send this segment to Adam Sandler. He should, or to Rob Schneider, whoever wants to take this. You should make a spinoff of just Uncle Ula, okay? Uncle Ula from 50 First Dates was the best character, okay? If you can make a spinoff movie of just Uncle Ula, like how he grew up, how he lived, and all this stuff, local people, I guarantee, would love to sit there and watch it. It'll become a Hawaii classic, guaranteed. Especially if Uncle Rob Schneider is handling everything. You could just call it Ula on top. That's all you have to say is, or just put Uncle Ula, and everybody will come watch it. I guarantee you. People in the mainland may not see it, but for those local people, I guess there's like local people in Hawaii, in the mainland as well. But for local people everywhere who understand it, and those who are hapa-haoles, those who are haoles, those who just get the lingo, will love this movie. I promise you, if this ever comes out. So Mr. Sandler, Mr. Rob Schneider, if you guys can take this idea and go and make Ula, Uncle Ula, the story of Uncle Ula, that would be amazing. I think a lot of people would love that. Okay, he was such a good character. He's the best. And then meet up until how they met eventually on 50 First Dates. But yeah, we think that would be a great one. But yeah, I love Adam Sandler's idea of keeping his friends in his production together, because that means the money's not going really much anywhere. It's staying within the people he cares about. It's staying within the family that he's built around movies, around comedy, around all these different aspects. He's keeping that money there, of course, hiring, different people and whatnot. But for the most part, his tight, close friends are all the ones making the movies. Views, Netflix deals, all that stuff, all under his roof, under his production. And everyone from that he cares for is eating, and their families are eating. So you know what? That's kind of the idea that I would like to do eventually one day. Of course, there's another guy out there, a comedian named Kev on Stage. Go and check his podcast out too, called Here's the Thing. He does the same thing. He wants to create an environment where it's just his unit. Tyler Perry does the same thing. It's just his unit. Like a lot of his close friends, a lot of friends he built relationships with, he keeps them under that production, that Tyler Perry production, and just keeps providing them jobs after jobs after jobs. Because as the jobs go and the money comes in, it's going to these group of people. They, as actors and actresses, change the way that they act and they perform. They become better because, like Kevin James did, he stopped in this movie, Home Team. He didn't have to be the funny fat guy. He was the serious fatherly figure that needed to be in his son's life. He changed the way he acted, and I thought it was a really, really good change. So thank you, Adam Sandler, for making that. Kev on Stage, you doing the same thing with your comedic friends. Your platform, good for that, and hopefully one day I'll fall into that. But of course, Tyler Perry, the GOAT, good job for you too. I don't even think he listens to anything I have to say. Anyways, all right. Another thing that happened this week was my wife Kayla, her foodie page called Food Me KK. That's FOODMEKK. Is growing very, very well. I'm a little bit jealous of my wife right now, and I give her credit. I give her props, because one of her simple reels that she posted was of making white rice, Portuguese sausage, and eggs. So her Portuguese sausage, eggs, and rice bowl that she made with the shoyu splashed on it went 30,000 views. When she showed it to me. God damn, my vocabulary sucks today. Showed it to me the first time. The next day, it went to 40,000. So I don't know where it's at today. We haven't checked, but I'm proud of you, babe. I'm so happy that this is going for you, because I know you've said this out loud. You have found your purpose. Okay, and I've always known that you were great with the camera. I've always known that you've had the skill. I've tried to help, push you to do your photography. That wasn't something you had a passion for anymore. Doing this foodie page, just getting recognition, being consistent, thanks to our friend Bree, being consistent. Modern Twines, check her out on social media, Modern Twines. I think that's what it's called. Being consistent and doing this has brought some appreciation to the skills you have, recognition, and overall you seem lighter on your feet. You seem a lot more happier, because I know that for a long time you were trying to search, what the hell should I do? What should I do? And you had all these skills, just didn't know what pipeline you were going to use these skills in, and you found it. So congratulations, babe. Can you help me? I would like 30,000 views on some of this stuff, on my music or on social media, whatever it may be. But no, you are encouraging me, babe. So thank you so much. I'm just trying to catch up to you now. That's all I'm trying to do, is just trying to catch up to you. But 40,000 and climbing, and she's got a bunch of new videos. So go and check her page out. Basically, it's her foodie page. She goes throughout Utah, everywhere we go and we eat, or she'll make homemade recipes and stuff. She puts it on there, puts it on a little reel. She likes to put a story when she cooks, the story behind it, and then she'll put the recipe. So you guys, wherever you may be, instant potters, crock potters, stove cookers, my wife does it all. And she's trying to learn. She's trying to grow. So give her feedback as well. Give her ideas, suggestions. Food Me KK. That's her social media handle. So go ahead and take a look at that. Let's see. All right. Guess what, guys? Near, far, Hawaiians on the rock, Hawaiians off the rock. I mean, Hawaiian, here. I'm 32 years old. Yay! I made it to 32, and I'm still alive, still heavy, still breathing, still eating, and still here. That's all I care about. But I have celebrated my 32nd birthday this week. Thank you to my love for making me cry and posting it on social media. I really appreciate that. Not really, but yeah. For those of you who wished me a happy birthday, thank you so much. For those of you who are just finding out and like, oh, wow, happy birthday, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And I really do. I'm a very, 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 very simple person. And I just people saying happy birthday means the world to me. Even when I was younger, just saying happy birthday. I don't need gifts. I don't need a lot of things. I don't need anything besides my wife telling me happy birthday. My girl saying happy birthday to me made me cry even more. Thank you for not posting that. I appreciate that, my love. But my wife gave me this black box as a gift that was like a blooming onion. Like you pulled the top off, it bloomed. There's a middle part, pulled that off, it bloomed again. Middle part, pulled that off, bloomed again. So it was like a flower, but with each petal, each time I pulled the cover off and the petals opened, there was a photo. Photo of me and my wife, photo of me, photo of my father, photo of me and my wife and my kids, photo of my daughters. It was just beautiful. And I'm so, so thankful that I have a wonderful wife who has such a thoughtful mind to get me this type of gift. I really do appreciate it. And to be honest, like I said before, reading between the lines, I didn't get, I told my wife, like, you don't have to get me anything. And I mean that. Me coming home, having a birthday celebration where he's just saying, hey, happy birthday, love. Oh, thank you. That means a lot to me. Bust out Rocky Road ice cream and M&Ms. Good. We're done. Watch a movie. We're done. Popcorn. Watch a movie. If we do nothing, we could literally do nothing all day on my birthday. I would not give a crap. I would love it. I would love to do nothing on my birthday. It'd be great. I've always worked on my birthday. It's just been something I've always done since I've had a job. Sometimes I forget, and my wife is the one that has to remind me, hey, babe, by the way, happy birthday. Oh, crap. So thank you, love, for that. I appreciate it. But yes, I'm a very simple person when it comes to my birthdays or celebrating anything I've done. Just a simple thank you or a good job, and I'll keep moving. I'll keep moving forward. But I do appreciate it. And I'm not into birthday cakes. I am to birthday celebrations, just not birthday cakes. So my wife and I decided to buy donuts. We bought some donuts, put them on a tray, made it nice. Of course, I was holding my girls. They all lit candles, saying happy birthday to me. Very simple. Everybody took a donut and just ate it. So like, I'm very, very simple. I try not to be an expensive type of person. I love the fact just being around my family makes my day. Of course, on my actual birthday date, my family and I went out with some friends. We went to go eat at this Thai place out in Lehi, Utah, Sabaidi or whatever it's called. Nice place. It's a hole in the wall, so you know it's legit, right? If it's sketchy, you know it's legit. So outside it looks horrible. It's literally like a shoebox. But when you walk inside, they bring everything's wood. Everything's nicely organized, lit properly, lit nicely. We had our own little like a cutoff location that we got to stay in. We pretty much were in Paneva bushes for the most part, but it was nice. Got to be there with family, friends that we call family, of course. And just had a wonderful evening. Got to eat pad thai for the first time. Thai curry, which was really good. I've never experienced anything like this before. I've had curry, but I've never had it like this, this way. Pad thai, I don't believe I've had noodles, never had pad thai. Delicious all around. Spring rolls, aka lumpia, was so good. Dipping sauce was good. Everything was good. And just being around friends that love me and I love them back. But you know what? The gift was a little messed up. I mean, I'm appreciative. Don't get me wrong. So if you guys are watching this, you guys know what I'm talking about. It was messed up, but it was good. They bought me nothing but energy bars, protein shakes, and pre-workouts. Like stuff to get into. Oh, what the hell are you trying to say? Oh, what the hell are you trying to say? No, honestly, I am grateful. That's just more motivation for me to get in shape, to get healthier, to live healthier. And it's good because these group of people that we're with, our friends, we're all trying to live healthy. Minus the night because we had freaking bowls of rice and curry. I was not going to let that go to waste. So minus all of that, everything was good. But everyone there at the table is trying to get healthier, trying to get leaner, trying to, lose weight this year, really stick to it. And we're all pushing each other. They know I'm on phentermine now. I've explained that. It kind of just helps me lose weight, gain more energy. So because of that, they bought me pre-workout protein powders and bars, energy bars that I can eat throughout the day. So thank you guys. I really do appreciate the gifts. The best part about my day, though, for celebrating my birthday was actually having a long-ass conversation with my older brother. He and I talk every so often. But this time he called and just said, "Hey, happy birthday." And we were on the phone. He was at work. He's a truck driver back in Hilo. I drive out here. So we're talking back and forth for like a total 3.5 to 4 hours. Just talking, just sharing experiences with each other. And I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Like I kept, like when there was downtime and I would talk to my wife, I came home for my break, told her what was going on, how we were sharing. And I think she knew how much that meant to me. So, bro, love you so much for that. And maybe one day you'll be on my podcast. We'll see if we can ever see each other again because you're back home in Hawaii. So we'll see how that goes. But I enjoyed having that, just family conversation. Just keeping in touch with each other. And I'm gonna break things down for you. So people in Hawaii, you might hate me at this point. I don't give a crap. You're not gonna find me. You're not gonna come get me. So it doesn't matter. No. When I call my brother from time to time, I always ask him, "Oh, what are you guys up to? What are you guys doing?" And 99.9% of the time, he'll say, "We're good. Just working, just doing what we usually do." And in my head, every time I used to hear that, I used to freaking hate it. Like I hated it with a passion. Like he would say it to me, and I'd be like, "Bro, what the hell is your problem? Like, why the hell don't you want to talk to me? Why don't you want to share your life with me? What the hell is going on in your world?" Like, for me, I feel like, damn, this guy's being an asshole because I'm trying to reach out to you, bro. We don't talk all the time. So when I do ask you how you're doing, you're going to give me this shitty answer, this short little two-word answer. "Oh, all good, nothing really." Like, what the hell is your problem? But it wasn't until my birthday conversation with him that I realized something else. So I had shared to him about my daughter, shaking bacon dudes, playing basketball, my other daughter's walking, my other daughter's, trying to calm down her energy, wants to get into karate as well. Me and my wife are doing all these different things. So I'm sharing all this stuff. And I realized, wow, his life, there's really nothing to do. You know what I mean? Like, I love Hawaii, don't get me wrong. That's always going to be my roots. It's always going to be my home. But when I stepped back and I realized, yeah, what is there to do? Like, he works. Yeah, I get it. Is there any extra thing he does besides work? No. A lot of people in Hawaii are like that. They'll go to the beach every once in a while. Oh yeah, I went to the beach. Okay, so that's not very, enlightening. Of course, for people who've never been to the beach or haven't seen the beach in a long time, yeah, it'll be happy for us to hear, and talk story about that. But I realized that, especially in Hilo Town, there's really not a lot to do besides listening to other conversations, gossip, and stuff like that. That's just what happens. But I understood that now, that he wasn't lying, that all he does is go to work and come home and take care of his family. There's nothing else really happening going on. Now, that could be two things. One, I do blame it on the environment. I do blame it on the fact that there is not enough things to do in that small town. And two, maybe he's not paying attention. And that I have to give the benefit of the doubt to as well. But when I saw that and when I was saying all these things to him, telling him how everything was going well, I thought, I need to stop because it sounds like I'm being prideful. It sounds like I'm rubbing it in his face. But I wasn't trying to. And then I realized, shit, he probably isn't doing anything. He honestly can't do anything because there's nothing to do besides the same thing he did yesterday, the same thing he did last week, the same thing he did last month. So when that happened, I kind of just pulled back a little bit. But I realized that I was misjudging my brother all these times. And maybe that's why I didn't reach out to him, because he had nothing to say. But it was the environment he lived in. So try and take a different perspective, folks, is what I'm trying to say. So anyways, we start talking. We start getting into a deeper conversation. We start rolling. We start going back and forth, right? And so my brother, he loves to cook. He loves to cook. Not only does he love to cook, he loves to perfect his cooking. So I remember when we were still living there, he was trying to make his own personal homemade hamburger patties. Of course, the first couple were trash. Got rid of those. But then he ended up finding the right mixture, how long, temperature, all this stuff that made him happy doing. And it came out delicious. It was moist. It was moist but hard, like moist but crisp. So the inside was moist, but the outside was just charred enough to be crispy. He did this, and so it took him time to build this thing. The bread making, when he started bread making, took him time. It didn't happen. He followed the recipe, had to adjust the recipe, made it the way he wanted to. Now he makes delicious sweetbread that you can spread butter over and it's freaking awesome. Custard pie, he did the same thing. Took his time. It didn't happen overnight. He eventually had to perfect it to the point where now he's got it down. All these things that he's done, dealing with food, he's taking his time in perfecting it. So I asked him, I go, bro, why don't you try and open up like a little lunch truck, a lunch wagon? Why don't you try to do that? Has that ever been on your mind or something you want to do? And he tells me, he's like, it has, but I kind of just pushed that to the side because I don't know. I said, bro, you should start somewhere. I told him, start somewhere. You're good at it. It's not like you just whip it out of your ass and it just happens. You literally take the time and effort into perfecting it and getting it better. You give samples to friends. They tell you what's good, what's bad. Then you go home and you change and you adjust and you get better and you get better. So I'm saying all that time and energy you put into making this thing, you should really consider making some money off of it. You don't have to do it every day. You don't have to do it every week. I told him just do it once a month. Say, hey, I'm making this and this and this, or I'm making this plate. I'm making this hamburger, whatever it may be. I'm making this plate. If you guys want, let me know by, let's say, so we're in February. Let's say by February 25th. Let me know by this date if you want an order. That way I can put the order together. I can make it. And come by at this location on these 2 days, and I'll sell them to you at $10 a piece. And so he's like, okay, he said, yeah. He said, I can see that. I said, bro, you got to start somewhere. Don't do it every day. Don't do it every week. Just do it once a month. See where that takes you. What's wrong with putting a little, $300 in your pocket, a little extra? Save that for yourself. Save that to buy equipment. Save that to buy more food. Save that to put on the side to go on a trip. Take your kid to a trip. Do whatever. You go on vacation with your wife, whatever it may be. But what's wrong with having a little extra money in your pocket, Doesn't have to be millions. Like I've told him, it doesn't have to be millions, but it's somewhere to start. That's the main thing. You start somewhere. You start moving forward in this venture. And then you never know where it's going to take you. It may replace your job. It may, whatever, because I know he finds joy in it. That's the thing I was trying to get to. You find joy in it. You literally spend all this time on it. Sometimes you spend a whole day or a whole weekend perfecting it. Now, what is it doing for you? Turn that attitude and turn that effort once a week, once a month, into making you X amount of dollars that you can put on your pocket. In one day, once a month, $300 extra dollars, not bad. That's a good investment. In my opinion, that's a little extra on your side. So I gave him that idea. I told him, you should run with this, see what you do. And he told me, he's like, you know what, Clay? Yeah, it's a good idea, but I'd rather just do the cooking and not have to deal with the business part. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, the business part is hard for me. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What part of the business part are you talking about? He said, fundraisers, you put the price out there. People are not going to argue because it's a fundraiser. You do a business, people are going to want to, cuz what, you can give me one discount. Oh, cousin, you can give me one discount. It's like, I like sample what? Can give me a couple dollars off. Bro, you know me, cuz. So in my opinion, and I told him this, I said, bro, I get it. That's local status. That's how local people are. That's how I was. Okay. I'm not putting myself higher above anybody. I was in the same boat. Okay. I always wanted to, talk story and try and, if I can get one discount, cuz what, I can or what? You know what I mean? So that's mentality, and that's a wrong mentality in my opinion. And this is what I have to say about that. You guys out there can judge me. You guys can say whatever the hell you want to say about me after, but let me get this off my chest. I told my brother, I said, those people who expect you to give them a discount, you to give them a discount, shame on them. Don't ever depend on them. Don't ever give them a discount. Okay? Those are the people you don't want in your business, because this is how I see it. For me, if I'm in my brother's position, I'm trying to be a businessman, and you're my friend, and you tell me, bro, I support you, bro. Then if you support me 100%. Support me at full price. Support me at asking price. Then when you do that without expecting to get a discount, then you leave that discount opportunity to me. I told my brother that. I said, hey, if they're going to come and expect a discount from you, don't give it to them. Tell them, no, bro, this is to take care of my family. This is what I want to do. If you're going to be my boy, you're going to be my brother, you're going to be my friend, You say you got me, then pay me 100%. Like you say you're going to be tight with me. And I told him, bro, as your brother, even if I was your friend, I would pay you at 100% what you're asking for. Leave that option. Say, hey, if you want to give me a discount, then that's up to you. But for me, I'm showing you, hey, I support you 100%. And for those people who are like, oh, cause what? No can give me discount, but what? No can give me discount because I thought we was friends. You can go to McDonald's and ask them for a freaking discount, okay? Because that's somebody you don't know. That's your stranger. Okay, that's a franchise. Somebody else owns McDonald's. You are fine to pay 100% of what they're asking for, but when it comes to your best friend, your brother down the road, the connect that lived next door, who you knew growing up, you're not gonna pay him 100% what he asking for, but you like pay McDonald's 100% what they're asking for. That don't make sense to me. But you're supposed to be boys. You know what I'm saying? And so I told my brother that. I said, that's how you got to think, bruh. And it's not because you're trying to be an asshole. That's not what you're trying to do. You're not trying to be an asshole. You're just trying to make it a point that, hey, you're gonna be my boy. You say you support me, then show me. Let me give you the discount when it happens. Hey, maybe it could be, hey, you buy one, you refer people. Next one, you refer 10 people. 10 people come, mention your name, you get one free meal. Like, that's fine. That's something you can work out. That's something for the owner to work out with you, with the customer. So like for me, like I said, I told my brother, that's what I would do, bro. If that was me in your position, or that's me as a customer, I would pay you 100% because I believe in your business and I want your business to succeed. Because if you're discounting everybody you know, they're not doing nothing but taking money out your pocket. They're making it harder for you to run your business. So then when you go underneath the water and you stay drowning, where are these guys going? Okay, cuz we catch you later, bro. We're going to go next guy and go ask him for a discount. Oh, brother Charlie, what? You can give me a discount, cuz I like your boy, what can? It's not a good idea, okay? Like I said, that's your choice, bro. You make the food, you make your business. If you choose to give people a discount because of loyalty, because they're not really trying to expect anything from you, then yeah, by all means, give them a discount. I would do that. So like for me and my wife, we try to be up and up. Like our friends, like one of our friends has a hauling business. So if we decide to move, yes, I can get a free truck off of my boss, but I'll hire him to do it. And I'll pay him to do it. Maybe we'll see what happens. But even though I know I know he would rather do it for free. But if I'm asking for his services, using his equipment for his business, I will pay him. Same thing with my wife's cousins. My wife's cousin this past week, we have my wife's cousin's boyfriend is a mechanic. And so we said he's always wanted to have his own little business. He was been looking for places to run a garage out of, change oils and all this stuff. So I told him I would help him out. I've been trying to help him find a place, haven't found a place for his garages or whatever. So I gave him another suggestion. Maybe he could do oil changes or whatnot. So we called him up. And I said, bro, can you come and do the oil change on my wife's car? We'll get the oil, we'll get the filter, whatever. In like 20 minutes, he was done. Changed everything out, filled it up, everything like that, checked all our fluids, and gave us suggestions on what we should do and how to get better, how to take care of the car and stuff. And we paid him. Of course, I didn't give the money to him. I gave it to my wife's cousin, his girlfriend. Gave it to her, and I said, this is for him. It was $50. I go, this is for him, for his services. He might not take it from me. That's why I'm giving it to you. I said, when you guys go, then let him have it. Because I want him to know that we believe in his business. Like, this is something legit that he can do. He's very skilled. He's very fast. He has all the tools he needs, and he can change oil like that. And for people who, let's say, because Utah's not, a lot of parts in Utah, especially the outer skirts, are not young people, and people are so busy all the time, they really have no time. So if he's able to come to their house and do the job that they're asking, why not? That's easy money for him. 2 cars, $100, less than an hour, boom, he's done. He can get out, he can go, he can move on. But that's what we're trying to say. And even my wife has asked her cousin to, make some food for her for a party that we're going to have. She told her, I will pay you. Because we believe in their skills. We believe that they can move forward in their life and get this business that they want to have up and running. We believe in them. We believe in them so much. And I think that if you have family members like that, encourage them. Encourage them, even if it's a once a month kind of thing. Like my wife does it all the time. She's doing banana bread. She'll put a post, say, hey, I'm selling banana bread. It'll be at the end of the month. Put your orders in by this date. And then she goes and she literally drives and goes and visits people in different towns in Utah. And they meet up there and she gives it to them. She has a little extra to sell on the side. But for the most part, that's what she does. And I'm trying to encourage that to keep on going, to keep on doing that because, like I said, I believe in my brother. I believe in his skills. I believe in my wife's cousin and her boyfriend and their skills and their professions that they can do. So I encourage them to do it and to just keep moving forward because it's so, so important. Okay. Couple other things I wanted to talk about. We'll do one. You know what? We'll just move on to. We'll do one more. Okay. This week, I found out that my friend got a huge settlement of what is it called? Yeah, he got a huge settlement of tens of thousands of dollars, and he ended up going home. Ended up staying home for a while because he got all this money, right? So my wife, of course, he's not trying to push it. He's not trying to be rude or anything like that towards us. But my wife asked, she said, babe, what if you got that settlement? What would you do? Because he's been home for a couple months. So I told her, I said, you know what? To be honest, I'd probably put my feet up for about 2 weeks. Just chill at home, be happy to be at home, and then get back to work. Like that's a whole year's worth of pay for my household at least. I would still hustle. That would give me all the time I would need to do the other things that I enjoy doing and push those efforts to become the income for my household. So like if I had a whole year off, if somehow we were blessed enough to have a whole year off where we didn't have to worry about finances and everything was paid for, like bills wise, all that was covered for the whole year, rent, insurances, all that stuff, gas, electric, all that stuff was covered for a whole year. If that happened, I would have the time to, one, get into better shape. That means going to the gym, waking up early, eating healthier, eating cleaner, doing all those things, getting my body into the shape and physique that I want, getting my health on track. That would be another good thing. The other thing was being able to have the time to focus on my music. Take a day, one day, like I said, 4 hours a day. Every 4 or 5 hours a day, work on music, work on my podcast, work on my social media, do the things that I want to do to provide eventually to have that as an income. Probably look into an avenue of businesses, learning about investment, learning about the things that I want to learn every single day, things that I want to do, things that I want to pursue every single day. So I would love if somebody would pay for me for a whole year so I don't have to work. Anybody up? Anybody want to do that for me? No, but it would be sweet. I totally believe it would be awesome. All right. So that's it for my Mana'o moments. Of course, there's a whole lot more, but that's just me rambling off. Now it's time to get It's News to Me. All right. So this segment is just basically random facts, random news that have occurred throughout the world. Doesn't have to necessarily be here in Utah or in the U.S. Stuff that really intrigues me or gets on my goddamn nerves. So here we go. So this one, oh my gosh. Let me ask you guys this. Has there ever been a moment in your life when you were driving and some idiot either blocked the driveway or didn't know how to park correctly? Anybody? Well, I am no stranger to this as well. But I'm going to talk about the article first before I get into my opinions. Okay. So this lady is upset. We're going to call her Josie. So Josie is mad because people have literally been parking and blocking her driveway for her to get in at times and for her to get out. So she goes through social media, she goes through TikTok, she posts it, she posts pictures, she posts videos, she posts comments and letters that she's written to people on their vehicles, okay? So Of course, it pisses her off, so she's posting notes on these cars, right? One of the notes says, your parking is not okay, not being capitalized. It's N-O-T, okay. You have blocked in my car, in my driveway. I am now stuck. The other note she left said, you have parked in front of my driveway. I need to park, big capital letters, my car. So of course she went to social media, asked them, what the hell can I do? Cops don't come around, to kind of, like that. To me, that's the cops should come around and give them a ticket, but the ticket's not going to move the car. Or the cops should come around and just tow it or whatever. Call some neighborhood gangsters, come and pay them like $100 a month. Hey, if they're here, I'll pay you $100, move that car, hijack it, whatever you guys want to do. No, just, but that would be funny if they came back to their car and their car was gone because some gangsters took it. But she went to social media and she found some comments. So it says here, comments on the woman's videos have come up with a variety of solutions to her problem, including asking the city council to paint lines on the road in front of her driveway or placing cones down to deter people from parking. One person said, you might have to cover some or all the cost, but I'm sure that the local council can authorize white lines to help people realize there's access needed. Somebody else said, put cones down. That'll help. Here's what I have to say to those people. Shut up, because you're not going to tell me that I need to pay for some idiot to no longer park in my driveway. It's a freaking driveway. The curb, there's a curb, then there's a dip, then there's a curb. There's a driveway platform that cars go up and park. There's obviously a driveway. Like you can't mistake this from the photo. Okay, so if you guys want to look this up, you go ahead. But you can't mistake this part. You cannot mistake that this driveway does not exist. It's literally in your face. You can see it. And for my opinion, the lady needs to up her note game. The lady needs to really up her note game and start causing a scene. My wife can pull that off. She's very good at wanting to confront people, especially when they're wrong. Okay. I have a hard time with that. It happens every once in a blue moon, but it does happen. We have that issue here. I park in front of our mailbox at the end of my day, every single day, because my car goes in and out more than my wife does. She has the driveway, she has the garage, all that's her access, so I'm not blocking her or whatever. I park on the road in front of the mailbox, no problem. People park where I park, but take up the entire location. Like, you can fit two cars where I park. If I park nice, somebody else parks nice, two cars can fit there. Whatever idiots go across the street and live from us, park literally in the middle of that spot and ruin everything. They're just inconsiderate. They don't care. They know I parked there, but they just park there. Now, they're not wrong to park there. They can park however they want, but it irritates the hell out of me because the people across the street know that this is where I park. They know that it irritates me because I've confronted them about it before. So what I started doing is I started putting notes on there. Bam, your parking is inconsiderate. Next time, move your ass up. Move forward so somebody else can park behind you. Don't be an asshole. So stuff like that. I've done that. It's happened. So far, I haven't had any problems. Also, it's been snowing, so I don't know. When it starts lightening up, maybe some crap will happen. We'll have to do this all again. But it's just the fact that people don't take consideration into other people's feelings. They don't take consideration. Like, if I saw my neighbor park there every single day, I would, okay, let's be considerate. Let me park a little bit this way. Or even, I think that's just my mentality. Like, okay, this is obviously a 2-car stall. Let me roll up to the front to get one car in. The second car can come in the back. Easy. Be considerate of other people that are in this community. Half of the time, the people that park here aren't from the community. They're just visiting, and that's worse. That's craps. You know what I mean? That's a shitty deal. So I get pissed off. I let them know. I let them have it. I put notes up. And on top of that, it's just people not taking responsibility, not doing what they should do and making the right choices, okay? And the other reason why I brought this up is because I've had dog crap, which dog crap is in my front yard right now, and we don't own a dog. It's not my child. It's not my child. It's not my chihuahua. It's not any of my... I don't have a dog, okay? It's not my responsibility. People literally have their dogs walk over, crap in my yard, and then dig out. I remember putting a sign in the ground that wrote on it, and it says, please clean up your dog's shit or shit will happen. And from that point, nobody did it until now. The sign got taken down. Now there's dog crap all over my yard again. And there's dog crap in the back of my yard. So I'm probably going to buy an airsoft gun, or I'm going to grab this dog and I'm going to walk whoever's dog it is back to their owner and be like, leash up your dog because it's crapping all over my yard. I live across the street or down the road. It doesn't matter. He's crapping in my yard when he should be crapping in yours. Please get your dog off my property. It frustrates me. And of course, what makes it worse is the owners are probably like, oh, he would never do that. He did. Okay. And I'll have the shit to prove it. There's just people being stupid. Okay. And they need to really, really, really get a hold of themselves and make sure that they're just take responsibility, people. That's all we ask. Take responsibility for the crap you pull because it frustrates everybody. Everybody gets frustrated by this thing. Okay. Lastly, I just wanted to give this last kind of couple more minutes before I have to go into my next segment. But did you know that there are actually 18 companies that will give you free food or other products for free? Of course, not everything's for free. So if you're in economic thinking, you have to do something to get something, right? But according to the Penny Hoarder, which is an online source, there's 18 different things that you can get, money, food for free, or just by simple means. We'll put it that way. You just have to do something very simple to get this. Okay. So the first one, free pancakes. If you do MyHop, it's an IHOP's loyalty program. You can get a free stack of pancakes when you create your own account. You'll get an email or a coupon. Playing solitaire, you can get paid for that, called Solitaire Cash. Free pizza. Free personal one-topping pizza on your next visit when you sign up for Chuck E. Cheese More Cheese Rewards program. Bingo Cash, you get money. Free bagel and schmear. I don't know what the hell that is. If you go to Inbox Dollars, you can get $225 in cash. This company will give you free money for using your debit card. A debit card called Aspiration gives you up to 10% back every time you swipe. Well, that's pretty good. Might use that. Free Godiva chocolate. This is the one. One-time deal. Once you sign up, you get free chocolate every month at participating locations, plus birthday chocolate. I like that one. Oh my gosh. So they have chocolate. Okay, so the next three are chocolate, ice cream, and coffee. So the chocolate we talked about, Godiva. Sign up for that. Free ice cream. When you download the Slap Happy Rewards app from Marble Slab Creamery, you'll get free ice cream for signing up. After that, you'll earn points for each dollar you spend, and you can cash them in for $5 off future purchases. Coffee. Free coffee. You can get a 2-ounce trial of Blue Bottle's famous beans for nothing at all. As part of their monthly prescription service, so you'll need to enter your credit card info. Oh, so you're kind of technically paying for that one. That doesn't make sense. Free roast beef sandwich. Arby's has an email list. If you sign up for it, you'll get a free roast beef classic with the purchase of a drink. So I guess you do have to. These guys, this isn't all free, but it's an extra. I guess it's add-ons too. That works too. Yeah, $5 in Amazon stock, $80 a month just to share your opinions. So a lot of different stuff here. So if you go to the Penny Hoarder, look up companies that would give you free food or products or whatever. Look that up. You can find the whole list, and maybe you'll get a little bit of money. That Cashbox one sounds good. I know we tried it before, but just following through with it is tough. It takes a while. All right, so that's it for It's News. It's news to me. All right, now for the last part, the Thought Bucket. All right, so here my Thought Bucket is basically just random thoughts that I wrote down, and put them into this bucket that I choose to pull out here and talk about on my podcast. So Here we go. All right. So we got a small one today. Let's see. Got some ASMR for you guys listening on Spotify. ASMR. Oh, okay. If you had the money, which celebrity home would you want to purchase and why? All the memorabilia comes with the house, trophies, awards, posters, etc. So everything that's in there, fully furnished. All the accomplishments they've achieved, like say you went into Shaq's house, all his jewelry, all his trophies, all his jerseys, all that stuff you're keeping it. Okay, so what would you do, or what would I do? Whose celebrity house would I want? Whose celebrity house would I want? Dang, that's crazy. I've thought about this. Like, I thought about it. I wrote it down, but I never had time to really think about, what celebrity house I would want. Oh my gosh, it would literally have to be between Robert Downey Jr. and Shaq. Only because, okay, so let me explain. Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man suits, Iron Man memorabilia, Iron Man's heart, Iron Man's mask, Iron Man posters. I would love to have that, to just be in a room filled with that stuff, be in a house filled with that. And that's not to say I've seen Robert Downey Jr.'s house or anything. I've never seen it, but I would love to have that type of experience, to have that type of home, to see his memorabilia. Plus, I know my wife is in love with Robert Downey Jr. She loves him, even way back in the day when he was young and doing all those movies before I started falling in love with him, which was during Iron Man season, the Iron Man trilogies and sequels and whatnot. So she would love it. I would love it. My kids would love to be around superheroes all day and just have, he probably has statues of the Avengers. Probably. I would love that. That'd be cool. But then Shaq's house, I would love to have that because that's a gigantic mansion, has a basketball court, has a gym. Basically, I would never leave. The only thing I would do is probably go and buy groceries for my house and come home and just chill at home, because there's probably a theater in there. I've seen Shaq's house on YouTube, on all these different things. Richest NBA players' households, whatever it may be, like MTV and all that stuff, when they used to show a lot of homes. I would love to be in Shaq's house, to have a basketball court. Like I said, probably has a pool. I don't remember if he has a pool, but he probably does have a pool. And just have all that space to just let my kids run around, have lots of fun, be free, have parties, get-togethers. And the thing about me is, like, when I say party, I'm not talking, we're bringing hundreds. We're bringing lots of people hang out. It's just literally the 6 close friends we have, like, in this whole place, and we could make as much noise. We could sit in a basketball court. We could have the basketball court turn into a party, like a birthday party get together. Friends and family come, or we could just have a karaoke night. We can just chill. We can throw concerts at this party at the house. All this stuff. We can do so much with this house. But that's the 2 celebrities I would toss the ball up for. Would either be Robert Downey Jr., because I love Iron Man, and I know my wife loves Robert Downey Jr. as a human being. I really don't like that much, but I like Iron Man more than my pride. And then, of course, Shaq. His house would be legit. I know it'd be awesome. I know it'd be so much fun to just... And if they got to, like, come around every once in a while, if, like, Robert Downey Jr. came by and was like, hey... I just came by to check on something. I got to actually forgot my glasses. And he pulls his glasses out, jumps in his Audi and takes off. I'm like, oh! And Shaq, I just came real quick to come in. I got to grab my jersey. I'll be right back. What's up, man? Shaq Diesel. All day, every day. Shaq the way. Oh my gosh! Like, Shaq would be legit. I've never met Shaq. I've never seen him. In person. That dude is gigantic, yo. But no, it would be so cool to just have them come and visit and come back to the house every once in a while just to kind of say hi. That'd be great. I would love that. I know my kids would love it, to see a massive human being like that, or to see Iron Man in real life. Oh my gosh, it'd be so cool. I think I'm geeking out more than I think my kids would. But anyways, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Hawaiian. So all you Hawaiians near, far, across the ocean, across many, many lands, wherever you are, Hawaiians by blood, Hawaiians by heart, thank you so much for tuning in. Be safe out there. Hope you guys have a great weekend. God bless you and all your families. And if you're having a birthday soon, happy birthday. Just like me, I'm older now. Thank God I'm older now. Bless you guys. Take care. Remember, always spread aloha, not hate. Love each and every one of you. Take care. God bless. Aloha.